Hello. It is I. Again. Anybody wondering where the hell I went for a week? And, I went to work for a bit. A week. Funny enough, it was supposed to be just 3 days, but that didn't happen. It just suddenly turned into a week, and now I'm back home, I guess. I don't know, I just felt like I want to talk about it. And why exactly? Why not? You know, why not? Why? It's like I'm trying to eat it. Hope that didn't make too much noise to your ears. I'm so sorry. But yes, I went to work for a bit. A week, yeah. That's what happened while I was disappearing. And I just want to say, I kind of had my own little Deltarune Chapter 5 moment. Or experience Chapter 5 in a way. And it's weird because it's like, that's strange. That's really strange. Like, seriously, I went back to my old Spice Factory job that I first ever did in the, summer of last year, and I was like, damn. And what's even funnier is that before the week I started it, I brought back my old PC with the, everything that used to be in it before I finally moved on to a crazier upgrade, and that just made me go, wow. I really am just going through nostalgia right now, aren't I? And it's funny because it's like, literally the last 2 weeks of summer is going to be spent at that place. As if it's like a poetic homage to everything that's changing now. It's funny how it took until like halfway through August for things to just be different now. Like, I got this cool haircut that I hadn't... I don't know what I did. I just kind of cut the one bits off and then suddenly looks like, perfect version of me. And if mother ever tells me to get a haircut, I'm telling her no. No. Anyways. It's kind of weird, It's like, things are changing for me. It's kind of weird. Like, I got my old computer back, and I'm doing so many new things that it generally feels strange. Like, really strange. And, like, I feel like I've gone backwards, but at the same time I've gone forwards. Because let me tell you, what I mean by that is that at some point, I used to use Linux. Involuntarily, I never wanted it, but that's just how it is, I guess. I think I was too loud there, my apologies. Anyways. So, I used Linux before, yeah. Linux Mint, always, because that was the only distro that, the IT genius of a dad I have always, I guess he knew about it, whatever, who cares. Yes, this little guy over here, this is probably one of my favorite devices. I just have a lot lying around in my house. Not as a decoration, but, like, I generally use this sometimes. Like, I can still use... it has Linux on it, and I did get the new version of Linux Mint, so it's... yeah. And why does this matter? It's because I'm using Linux for reals on my computer right now. And it's been, I think, nearly a week, so who cares? Let's just do an update on that, Why not? And well... I went back to Linux Mint. I went back to my old computer. I went back to my old job. So, there's your Chapter 5 nostalgia chapter, I guess. I don't know why Deltarune Chapter 5 suddenly happened to me, but hey, it is. So yeah, sorry to one of you that I lied straight to your face. You gullible, silly guy. You believed me that I had, Windows and Linux wallpaper stuff. Oh, dog, why? Well, there's the dog for you. Anyways, what I can tell you is that, yeah, it's pretty interesting what's going on right now. And let me tell you, there is going to be still some... I'm just going to say, I got a new CPU as well while I was trying to do stuff in between work. Which, if I could do this, why didn't I bother with videos or whatever? And dog, could you, like... I hate this dog, man. You might be wondering, why am I upgrading again? Didn't I just say I hated it? I hated the upgrades I currently had. So, like, those upgrades that I had before on that PC, yeah, they were a bit too much. I just didn't need all that. Like, I was gonna go with a cheaper motherboard. I set a budget for myself to get 300 $300 for a bunch of parts and stuff, and I was gonna go scour all sorts of places, the eBays, the AliExpresses, the places like I could find whatever I want. And I was gonna originally go for the Ryzen 5 7500F. There's never gonna be like a non-F version. That's always this F. But anyways, you know what I mean. So I was always gonna go Ryzen 5. Why? Because I didn't need anything else. It worked. It had all the things I needed. What's an upgrade? I got more cores. I got more threads. Yay! But yeah. But instead, when I got more money, I decided just to spend a little more for whatever reason. And then on the side get some storage, which I could have gone just the storage and that thing. And the all original CPU and stuff, because everything else on my computer is literally what I planned out earlier. But until the CPU, I botched it. I made it so dumb and stupid, and I could have just had 6 cores and stuff. So what I have here is the i5 10600. Nothing really crazy, to be honest. Only cost me like £12. Yeah, give me a moment. I'm going to explain how. So, how I got, this CPU for £12, which is ridiculous. It's not because I scammed someone and said, yoink, steals, leaves £12 and just runs with it. Whatever reason. Honestly. Yeah. What I did was basically get rid of the RX 580. I killed it and sold its body. I didn't do that. I didn't kill it. But what I did do is I went to the local sex store, exchanged it for a voucher that wasn't as much as it would usually cost, which at the store right now it costs like 70 buckaroonies, but I would only get half of that. No, that's like 90, but yeah, I get like, I lose like a bit of it. But since the CPU cost around 58 buckaroonies, I, managed to get 46 buckaroonies as the voucher for it, because if I got cash, I'd get less buckaroonies, and that wouldn't be helpful. But I could have considered a cheaper option of this thing, and you might be wondering, oh, here we go again. He said, oh, the Ryzen 7 incident again. There he goes again. He's buying something more expensive than it has to be just because. Yeah, I know. I'm making decisions for no reason that are stupid, but this, don't worry about it. I did have an option for the i5 10500 in the same store, but I just thought, why not? Let's get close enough to the Ryzen 5 3600 performance. Woo, it's spinning, jingle jangle. Anyways, I just decided to splurge a little more because it's only £12, right? By the end of the day, instead of $2 for a CPU, but I just felt like it. All right, I'll go with my feeling, my soul. My soul speaketh to me about it and says, "Hey, that CPU looks cool. Let's go for it." I'm like, okay. Like, I felt so much more confident about that CPU instead of what the Ryzen 7 was, because with the Ryzen 7 I had to gaslight myself into believing it was worth it, because look, you get 4 more cores, you get 8 more threads, it's crazy upgrade, guys, whoa, and then I proceed to hate my life. So yeah, this only has 6 cores and 4 more threads. It's basically just what I originally planned out to have. And funny enough, I think I was going to originally go for a Ryzen. Oh, not Ryzen. Let's explain this before I go to why I didn't pick Ryzen. i5 8400, because I just thought, it was a cool CPU. Oh, it was good. It's cool. But then as I was looking for it, I found 10th gen stuff being just as around the same price. And I'm like, huh. And honestly, hey, that's cool. That's okay. That's alright. Yeah. Honestly, it's fine. So I decided 10th gen was going to be the best one I was going to get. But also, mostly all this stuff is surrounding... most of the stuff was... My PC build is going to be focused around the GTX 1660 Ti more than anything. I'll try and maximize its performance so much that it won't even feel like I have an overkill system and stuff. Because, boy, my Ryzen 7 was bit for it. So, yeah, that happened. That happened. Now, why did I not just pick the Ryzen 5 3600 if I wanted to get that performance? And to that buckaroonie, I will say... too boring. Boring option. It wasn't cool. It wasn't funny. Anyways, what I want to say for real is that my brother already has a Ryzen 3000 series CPU, and it's the Ryzen 7 3700X, which, if he ever wanted my old Ryzen 7, if he wants the more modern Ryzen 7 I still have, yeah, sure, I'll give it to him. Why would I sell a perfectly fine CPU that already costs way more than it should be? $150 for that Ryzen 7, man. Ryzen 7 700, not bad. Might as well keep it. And the RAM, yeah, that's staying. I'm not getting that way. If it breaks, I'm gonna fix it. I don't know how, I will. I'm not buying no, no, we're not buying that. Not again. Not this time. Nope, not this. Not the right time for buying a new one. I'm not selling that either. I don't care. I don't care if I'm gonna make $1 trillion. Like everything in that PC. If you watch my PC org stuff, you'd see a lot of deals that are crazy, and you'd just be like, motherfuckers cheated. How could you cheat? How could you? Why did you give that to me? So yeah, Ryzen 5 3600 never happened because I already have a Ryzen 3000 in the house, and I don't want to buy another motherboard with Ryzen. It was boring. I had Ryzen, too many Ryzen, too much Ryzen there, Ryzen here, Ryzen everywhere, it's always the best product. Yeah, but like, I don't care, not anymore. But also, yeah, I'm also trying to make this more of a VR gaming PC, because I don't know if my i7 4th gen is going to handle all that too well. I haven't tried it though. I do plan on it though. And see if it's really all that bad. Because to be fair, my games are pretty old, and they aren't really the hardest thing to run. But hey, you never know. You never know. You never know. I don't know what else to really say, I guess. Oh yeah, I wanted to update as well. This was something I need to tell, because I thought of it immediately and then forgot about it. So, I was struggling with English grade 4 English, UK stuff, whatever. I don't know if it's a UK thing only, but like, basically, I think in the UK, I never heard Americans ever say this, but whatever. So in the UK, I had to achieve a grade 4 in order to do stuff, like regular stuff, engineering stuff, if I ever were to pursue it. And I've been struggling to get grade 3 for 3 years. 3 years, 5 exams, I think. Damn. I have done so many resits, I've done so many extra classes, I've done everything. And you probably already know where this is going. Unless you, I don't know. But yeah, I got a grade 4, so that happened. So now I can just do whatever I want at college. I can only attend the lessons that I actually have to because of the engineering course, and not just go randomly sidetrack onto the English classes for, well, reasons. And honestly, yeah. You want to look at the dog? Sure. There you go. There you go. Doggy is a little on the upsetty spaghetti side because everyone's left him and he doesn't know what to do with his emotions no more. He's so lonely. But I don't know, man. Dogs are a pain in the ass. But hey, wasn't my problem. Now I gotta deal with it. It literally was just a random decision of the IT genius dad to just slap this in here and go boom. There you go. There you go. But yeah, in short summary, this whole thing, I got, Linux Mint working on my computer with all the things I want. The NVIDIA card works properly, which, how do I do it? It's simple. You get the graphics card drivers. You use terminal. Just use the terminal to get the drivers, and then boom. you got the right drivers that work with basically everything. And if it doesn't work for some applications, update Flatpak. Flatpak update blah, 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 in terminal so that it works again. Like, seriously, Linux is so interesting of a device. Maybe I should go ranting on about Linux now. Yeah, let's do that now. I can cut down the video as much as I want. Or maybe I just make this a separate one.